Greetings. Hello everyone. Today I'm going to go over an exercise that I call the deadliest exercise for your knees from Tai Chi. Sometimes they do it in qigong as well as in other Chinese as well as Japanese and Korean martial arts and different forms of qigong and daoyin. I apologize ahead of time if this offends anyone. I'm really not trying to denigrate anybody's practice, but I would like to look at this and point out some things that are misconceptions of how the body really works and how this can be very damaging. The reason I bring this up is because I've seen people do this exercise over and over and over and do their Tai Chi, especially doing their twist steps incorrectly, and then they actually wind up hurting their knees instead of getting stronger and healthier. And that's not the purpose of Tai Chi. It's not to hurt you. It's to strengthen you. So whether you're using it martially or for self-development, the idea is to heal yourself, rejuvenate yourself, and put you in the advantageous position. Now, this exercise I'm talking about, people often refer to as loosening the knees or rolling the knees. If somebody's doing this, I highly advise you, don't do it. Refuse to do it because you need to protect yourself. I came to Tai Chi with a knee injury. I used Tai Chi to heal myself from that knee injury. And I sure as heck wouldn't want to do any exercise that would jeopardize the health of my body just because somebody says, oh, this is what masters or somebody does. This is the exercise, and you may have seen it. People will put their feet together. Sometimes they touch, sometimes they put them apart like this, and they reach down and they hold their knees and they do this. I'm sure you've seen this. It's very bad. Okay, let's discuss why. First of all, you don't need to loosen your knees. You need to maybe loosen up or relax or take the pain out of some of the tendons, ligaments, and muscles that surround the knees, but you surely do not want to take something that's pretty much a hinge joint and loosen it. It's not a good idea. It's violating nature. It's violating the Tao of how you're put together. So if you think about it, look at what this exercise does. It rolls you like this. Is that a good thing to do to your knee? Should you be like this in the form? Should you do? This is what people do to you in a martial application, folks, in Tai Chi. They do this to your knee. Why? Because it hurts the opponent. It damages and it can break the knee. Don't do that to yourself. Okay? So like this is okay. This is not good. And then sometimes they flex back hard with your back all bent over. How can that be good for you? How can that be good for you? Okay, so again, I apologize. It is not my intent to put down anyone's practice. I'm just saying that if you go and you talk to a good orthopedic sports doctor, or if you look at an anatomy book, or if you play with this by yourself, you will see that this is not healthy for your knees. It's very, very destructive. What is okay is if you roll in your hips. If you roll in your hips or if you roll on the edges of your feet. It can be a balance exercise. And I'm thinking that that's probably where this exercise originated. It's a balance exercise. It's rocking, it's shifting your whole body, it's massaging your feet, and you can do that with your ankles. That's okay. But you should not get this in your knees. You should never have your weight going this way and going that way borne down upon your knees. It is just very destructive. So what's some variations we can do? Okay, like I just showed you. Put all your weight on your feet equally. They can touch or they can be apart. I say it's good if they're a little bit apart. And you can lean over a little bit, but you must tuck your low back. If you hunch over like this all the way, it's bad for you. You don't do this in Tai Chi either. You would never do this. This will pull you off balance. It's great if your opponent does this. You can whack them, whack them in the back of the neck. You can push them over. You can do a pull down. Don't do that to yourself. Okay, so what you can do is roll back on your heels, roll to the side of your feet, and it's very small. Roll to the toes, roll to the side, roll to the back, and so on. And you can just kind of like relax your hands down so your shoulders go down, relax your hips under. Don't stoop over so hard. Work with gravity, not against it. Another thing you can do is, if you keep your knees pressed together and bent equally, you can do very small circles to loosen up your ankles. Your ankles are kind of like an elliptical shape in the joint, and they can do that. They're built for that. Your knees are not built for rotation. Your hips are built for rotation. You can also do this exercise up here on the hips, and I would suggest widening your stance. See? If you do, try it. Try it. It actually is very good for your hips. Okay, and it massages your low back. You're not all the way stooped over. It's kind of like a daoyin exercise. If you feel any pain in your knees, or even if you just feel pressure that's not painful, but if you feel pressure, if you keep doing that over and over, one day it will be painful. So don't do that to yourself. Another variation you can do, which is a really cool variation of this exercise, and it's a lot of fun, is this. Get yourself one of these cool balance boards. Mine is plastic, some are made of metal, but a sturdy plastic is fine. It has a rounded bottom. These are a lot of fun, and they're really good for you. They train your balance, and you know what? They're pretty cheap. And what you do, you put it on the floor, and it's really fun when you have a room full of people doing this, and you get up on here like this, and then you roll, okay? And you do that exercise, you roll. And what it's doing is it's training your legs and the muscles in your body to stabilize your balance. Now, if you have a problem with your balance, if you're on a walker or something, then you might have to hold on to something. Then you can also try to do your standing meditation like that, and you'll see it's actually quite difficult because your muscles are constantly firing to hold you in place. So that's a great exercise you can do. You don't need to lean over, of course. Just put your hands on your legs and try to do circles. You can also try to do figure 8 shapes or the Tai Chi diagram symbol, like what we do in Master Joe's lineage. We go half circle, S shape of the Tai Chi diagram, half circle, reverse S shape. Great for coordination and balance. And you know what? It's not going to hurt you. It's going to help you. Okay, so please take care of your knees. If you want to loosen them up, the best thing to do is massage them, work the acupoints. This is something that I go over in my other videos and my online lessons in my school membership. You can get more information about my blog posts. Feel free to read them down at the link that I list below, internalgardens.com. And again, please take care of yourself. Share this video with anyone that you know that maybe hurt themselves doing knee exercises. Again, look at how nature works. Don't care about, oh, my teacher this or this book or this person. The Tao is our teacher in Tai Chi. Nature, the way the universe is, the way that God made the universe, whatever you want to call it, that's our teacher. Nobody made us to bear our weight like this, okay? We do this in application to the opponent. We don't do this to ourselves. So please take care of yourself. May you have a good experience with Tai Chi or qigong or daoyin exercises. See you later.